an owner and curator here at the Warfront Military Antique Store and Museum here in Milwaukee, Oregon in the US. What we're bringing you today is a rather exciting new diorama that we've wanted to put together for a long time as collectors. It's very exciting for us to develop what we call a street scene. Naturally built around a vehicle that we were bringing to life by creating a street scene around it. Our target was somewhere around let's say late 43, mid 44. With that, let's talk about the placement and purpose of the vehicle. This is a Volkswagen Kubelwagen Type 82. This particular existing example is produced in April of 1942, so it's in original colors of dark gray. Of course, later on, vehicles in mid 43 were painted tan. But for us, this is a surviving earlier example that's still in service during this particular street scene a little bit later in the war. What we've done to develop this as a backdrop, or for the backdrop, mind you, is the brick paneling. This is to create a feeling that you're outside on a street somewhere in Germany in front of buildings made of brick. And for that, we utilize these panels. We have about 6 of them here total. These come from Home Depot. This allows us to very easily cover up walls of the interior to help create it to look like an exterior. 6 of them in total is what we have here. So we parked the vehicle in front, brought in the brick paneling, and then put up some interesting signage. For us, we had several things on hand out of our museum that were in storage that we're finally able to include, such as the street sign, Kirchstrasse 15. That puts us somewhere on a city block. And then included in that city block is this particular sign. This is an original surviving from Munich. This is on a building, an official NSDAP building during the war. It's a survivor. It was literally found in a cellar of a building about 15 years ago. It had been repurposed after the war as a shelf and a cellar. So now we brought it back to life. We've mounted it to the wall. The Germans would use chalk to post announcements, daily announcements, easily erasable, easy to update, and now it's finally in its natural setting here to help bring this all together. So the setting is of a German unit preparing for movement, whether it being for action or training, probably in training because this is a mid-war setting and we're in Germany because of the signage. But starting with what we have in the vehicle, we have here a German Army officer wearing a officer's crusher cap and a splinter parka. We put him in a seated mannequin in the vehicle, and it really helps bring the vehicle to life, having someone on the inside. But right outside of it, the vehicle driver. This is a uniform that's exciting to us as fellow collectors in the hobby, because at first glance you would think with the dark collar it's perhaps an M36 tunic. But it's not. It's actually an M40 tunic that the original owner took upon himself, very popular at the time to do so as far as fashion, had the tailor upgrade the collar to be the M36 style. So instead of the field gray collar like it originally came out with when this tunic was built, it's been made to look customized, if you will, as an early war tunic. So he's holding the door open, maybe he's getting in or getting out of the vehicle, brings it all to life. Over here to my left, we have what they would call a Truppenfahrrad soldier. That means a bicycle soldier. He has his bicycle here. This original variant is a 1942 produced example with all the accessories and accoutrements of the rider strapped to it, such as his Zeltbahn and his tornister pack, and he's preparing some equipment here. But interestingly, we have on him the later pattern parka. Unlike the officer who's wearing the splinter parka, this is the later Sumpftarn, or some collectors call the water pattern parka because of the printed material pattern here. But he's carrying the very famous Sturmgewehr. This is the MP-44 assault rifle. It was the first assault rifle mass-produced and issued. So he's fully kitted out as a late war soldier getting ready to move to the front. So together with all this together in one setting really brings it to life and kind of tells a story, which is what we like to do here at the Warfront in our museum. Come by, come take a look. I'd like to show it to you.